If you learn these two things, wrestling's going to get a whole lot easier for you. Number one, you as a parent or a coach can't say, we just talked about this. How come you're not doing that on the mat? Or in the match, you should have done this. We just had this discussion. I mean, I can't tell you how to do a double backflip off of a balance beam and stick the landing. We can talk about it, but you're not going to do it. You need about 1,000 hours. So having this belief that you can tell someone something or discuss it and it's magically going to happen, it's a complete confusion. It's not going to happen. If your son or daughter gets hit with a cradle, you have to drill the best, 1 or 3 cradle counters 50 times each, pick 1 or 2 of those, and then hit it 20 times a day for the next 10 or 12 days. Then that problem should be somewhat solved. Not that they'll never get cradled again, but we have attacked it. So that's number one. Number two, understand that wrestling is imperfect and ugly. So wrestling is about technique, right? Imagine this. Let's use the gymnastics analogy again. So I'm on the balance beam and I'm doing my routine. I've done the same routine every day, 5 days a week for however many hours a week we spend in the gymnastics gym. Those girls, it's amazing, 30 hours probably. We complain in wrestling because we have to wrestle 3 days a week for an hour and a half, but that's a different conversation. But remember this. When you're trying to do your routine or moves or technique on the mat, your opponent moves. Your opponent hits you in the head. Imagine if the girl on the balance beam is getting ready to do the dismount and someone double legs her. If I'm trying to shoot a free throw from the free throw line in basketball and I'm using the same technique that LeBron James taught me, or I learned on his YouTube channel, and I've hit it 1,000 times or more, and I have a nice percentage from the free throw line, and someone moves the basketball hoop on me. Someone hits me in the back of the head. Someone shoots on my ankles and puts me on my butt. Now it's very difficult to shoot the basketball. It's very difficult to do the dismount in gymnastics. Wrestling is ugly. So once you realize that, sure, there might be a pretty technique that looks like it did in drill time, but for the most part, it is a struggle, it's a strain, it's a fight, it's ugly, it's not going to look great, and because, there's resistance. And when I'm trying to score, so is my opponent. So just before I attacked, my opponent grabbed my neck and underhooked me. Now I'm on defense for about 10 seconds, maybe more, maybe less. I have to get out of that underhook. So, they're taking your wrestling opportunity away because they're doing stuff too. So if you can think about those, wrap your brain around those two areas, I think your wrestling's going to get a whole lot easier. Be okay with the fact that it's ugly. Be okay with the fact that it's not perfect. It's just a struggle and a strain, and I need to do what? I need to throw you down, hold you down, and get away. And that's what we're trying to do in wrestling. So let's not think that it should be pretty technique like a gymnast, and they'll get, a 9.9 and they get Olympic medals. Wrestling, there's never any 9.9 or perfect 10 scores on a technique because the opponent moved right before you attacked, or they struggled and strained, or they grabbed your ankle and then they're pulling on your foot, and it's just a minute and 10 seconds later before you get your takedown, and it's not pretty. So keep that in mind, as well as the fact that you can't tell anybody to do anything. It's got to be drilled relentlessly. So getting some work done at my gym. I'm going to scan this real quick in case anybody has any interest in training with us. There's the door. Of course, complete fire system, sprinkler system. This is a commercial property. We meet international building codes for 2017. So scrolling quickly here, there is our wrestling gym. This is 4,800 square foot. I'm gonna probably move a little quicker here. And of course, as I said, or as I showed, there's the pro shop, and my office is back there. I think I can probably move this way so I can stay in front of it. So, wrestling space, parents can sit there. Hallway, leading down the hallway, we have the girls' restroom area. We have a handful of girls that train in our academy. We're trying to get more. It's just a growing process. So there's showers there for the girls, bathrooms, back in the hallway here. That's the small wrestling room. We'll go in there in a second. Boys' locker room, or rather, I'm cleaning this, so excuse the mess. Tons of toilets, urinals. Walking through here, we have sinks, and we're fixing a few things in here. Just had some issues we're working on. So 18 showers in here, and we got a whole shower alley. So coming back out, the boys' locker room area, just a storage room, kind of got a laundry room here. Still need to get a washing machine. Cruising, checking out Craigslist for that. We won't use it very often, but it'd be nice to have one out here. Okay, small wrestling room. That one back there is almost 5,000 square foot. This one's 1.5 mats, 2,400 square foot right here. And still need to get some decorations up, but drinking fountains with bottle fillers, those are really have come in handy. Here's my little room here, so I can kind of have a place to work or relax during wrestling camps, and our coaches and I kind of take turns. So here's the front of the building. I believe it's 180 foot long, so it's a big dude. We have 15,200 square foot out here, and here is the bunkhouse area. That's 168 feet long. Gonna walk down. We just got concrete. We have a game room, or a rec room. We're gonna have a couple of TVs in there, you know, games and board games, dominoes, who knows, maybe ping pong. So this is, the concrete's still wet. I can't even get on it. That's 2,400 square foot. We just started finishing this, and it's just a work in progress. You know, you just kind of run out of money sometimes. But we're working on this. This will be done. My goal is by end of March. So we shall see, and that will be nice to have some couches, recliners, and we'll have a concession stand there. Our camp store will be there. Just a great place for kids to come in and get out of the heat and just relax, you know. The front of the property's here. We have 10 acres out here. We're just outside of Wentzville, Missouri, the crossroads to the nation, Interstate 64 and Interstate I-70. And we are actually on Crossroads Boulevard, so you know, you can, within a short drive, we're a short drive from pretty much anywhere besides the very far north, southeast, or west. But you know, there's about 12 or 14 states that we draw from that you can be here in, you know, no time. So going in the bunkhouse here, get the light on. So this is where the kids will sleep. We have a big bunkhouse here. So here's the beds behind me, and got their cabinets there. So they're good to go as far as storing their gear. So that's one side. We always do our camp small group. We have about 60 kids on the mat at one time. That's it. No 700 kids on the mat like you do at the college camps. Indoor football stadiums with 38 mats. We would not do that to anybody. So we have a small group. Here's one of the coaches' rooms. Got a few beds there. and a little bit messy. I'm just probably should clean that area up a little bit. Other coach's room. So coaches stay right here. Here's the coach's lounge, we call it. We got a TV back there, just a good place for the coaches to hang out, and we can always monitoring the kids. So from our couch area here, we've got the doors open. There's a half door there, as you can see, and kids always have 24/7 access to us. Our numbers are posted all over the camp area. They can call, text, email, but we are living with the kids basically, but yet they still get their privacy. They're back here, and we're in and out nonstop. So, you know, it's a good, secure environment to send kids to our camps here in Missouri. So we have two identical bunkhouse areas, and the showers are up there, but we obviously have bathrooms back here. So there's a bathroom like this on the other side. So there's two identical areas. That bunkhouse over there, A, has no contact with B. Outside they do, in the rec room they do. We want kids to have fun out here. But, you know, we try to keep these two areas separate so that the kids can have a good, safe, secure place to keep their stuff. And anyway, even got cool red epoxied floors. Red, black, gray, white. Those are our colors. Since 1999, our academy's been in business, so we've kind of expanded out here. We had to move some stuff out there to put the concrete in, but we own all the way up to that great big tree. 10 acres, tons of room to roam and play around out here. And working on a kitchen area as well. So we were already having camps out here. Our weekend camps pull kids from Florida, Virginia, Washington State, Minnesota, North Dakota, Texas. People come in 1 or 2 weekends a month. We have overnight wrestling camps. And so there's a building behind me. That's where we'll have a kitchen built in here by summer. And right where those big boulders are at, we'll move those. There will be a pavilion with picnic tables, and if it's cold or not nice outside, obviously we'll eat in the rec room. But otherwise, we have a beautiful view back here, and just a lot of room for the kids to roam and play. We'll have volleyball courts. You know, the kids got to have fun too. So anyway, if anybody was interested, I will warn you that our camps have filled. I'm not exaggerating. 11 out of the past 15 years. And the ones that didn't fill, out of 8 weeks of camp, 6 or 7 did fill. So, I mean, even the camps that didn't close or fill were 90% full. So it's kind of hard to get into our camp just because we keep a small group, drill intensive, ages 8 to 18. Parents are invited to watch the last practice. We pretty much keep the campus shut down from parents. I don't think anybody wants, 40 strangers hanging out with your kids 18 hours a day. So it's a good, safe, secure environment. It's just me and my coaches and my kids and my wife running this camp. But we do invite the parents to come to the last practice. We'll put your kids through the camp right before your eyes, prove to you that we did our job. And that's the reason a lot of the famous college kids have been through our camp many times. You know, Nick Lee of Penn State used to come out every year, and his dad was actually one of our helpers. Drake Howdeshelt, Trevor Fagans, the Wilborn brothers, Keith Serber, NCAA champion, Michael Pixley, NAIA champion, Lawton Bennett, NAIA champion, Corey Clark from Iowa, Zane Richards, All-American, Ali Reagan, world silver medalist, quite a few. So a lot of the college coaches have, I'm not going to name drop, and try to use their fame as a way to make ourselves look good, but we have a lot of famous college coaches who send their kids and nephews and friends to our camp every year. So we'll take good care of you if you have interest. And like I said, we're located just outside of Wentzville, Missouri, Moscow Mills. And you can check us out at purlerwrestling.com.